Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to yet another live with THiNC Institute of Design. We had talked about 1 week strategy with one of our toppers, one of our 2022 toppers. So she's joined with us, Anjali. Anjali is currently studying at SPA Delhi. Anjali, thanks a lot for joining, taking time out of this very hectic schedule that you are having.
Thank you, sir.
So Anjali is basically having a packed schedule. I think we have sort of squeezed out couple of days, one day yesterday and one day today from her. So I think from tomorrow onwards, she is again going to get busy with her works. So thanks a lot for joining. To everyone who is watching in the chat box, to everyone who is watching us in the YouTube live, please do not hesitate. Whatever the questions that you're having, you can post it in the live chat box, and I'll be taking it to Anjali. Okay. To start off with, Anjali, basically the exams are scheduled for the 12th of April. JEE paper 2 is scheduled for 12th of April. So the last 7 to 8 days is all the aspirants have. So from your perspective, from your side, what's the game strategy? Let's talk about each subject one by one. What is it that you had done?
Yeah, for me, from my background, I'm very weak in mathematics. I know most of you might be having a difficulty with mathematics. And rest of the other subjects, architectural design, general knowledge, and drawing. Those three were better comparing to mathematics. So what my strategy was, I wanted 100 percentile for the rest of the three, because I knew that I won't do much good in mathematics. So I wanted to achieve more in other three subjects. So 80% of the time was given to the rest of the three subjects. And what I did during the last 1 week is that I used to do lots of question papers, previous year question papers, so that you get to know more of the previous questions and type of questions that have been asked and that will be asking. And you will also get new questions. Like you could have prepared for a certain topic, and that topics such as architectural awareness and GK, they must be having a very vast topic. They are very vast, so you can't study every topics, every part of it. So what you can do is that you study a certain topic and just go on doing the previous question papers. So you get to know new questions or new topics and go search of it, and then you get new knowledge. That's how you can deal with architectural awareness and GK. And for drawing, you can do the previous question papers and just do it and manage yourself. Like time management is very important for drawing. And that is how you can do. Doing previous year questions helps you to figure out where you should control your time for mathematics, for architectural awareness and GK, and with drawing also. So I'll recommend doing the previous year question papers.
So when you're talking about previous year questions, Anjali, did you have a fixed, did you keep a deadline and do it, or was it just skimming through these questions in the last 1 week?
No. During last 1 week, what you have to do is that you have to attend all this question paper as if you are attending the examination, online examination. Give the time, and you have to yourself aim for completing the question paper within the allotted time. Then only you will be able to manage the time within the given slot. So for mathematics, you yourself, your positives and negatives. So according to that, you manage the time. Like for mathematics, if most of them are, if people who are very good in mathematics, they can give time for mathematics, and they can reduce time for GK and architectural awareness. Arithmetic aptitude, most of the students will do good. So you don't have to bother about that. So mathematics, if you are good at it, give time. If you're not, don't waste time in mathematics. Just do. So doing this previous year question papers, you will get to know what you are in weak and what is your positive. So that you can manage the time.
Okay. Now, since that you've already touched upon, the subject that most of the students are scared about, mathematics. Mm-hmm. Now, let's talk about your mathematics strategy. So how many did you attempt? Did things go wrong? Were there any negatives? What's it? Can you just elaborate?
Yes. Mathematics, I have attempted only about 8 to 9 questions. And my strategy was, as I already told, I was very bad in mathematics. So what I did was, I studied the class 12th mathematics, the basic formulas and all the theories, and just revise it before the examination. And there are formulas, very important formulas. And the 12th CBSE, I was studying CBSE, so we had the board exams during that period also. So all those questions and formulas really helped me, and that is the only thing I revised before for mathematics. And then during the examination, what you can do is that if you are sure, above 80% you are sure, means you can do the question, you can attempt it. If you're not sure, please don't go for it, and you'll get the negative marks. And don't do that. If you are sure about above 80%, you just go for it. That's what I did.
Okay, so that was Anjali's strategy. She prepared using the formula that she had and the 12th standard preparations that he had done. And 80%, if she feels that it's correct, she goes ahead. But I like the clarity that you're having. Like, max is my weakest subject. These are the things that I can do. These are the things that I can't do. I think to have that sort of knowledge about yourselves, your strengths, your weaknesses is something that's very important, right?
Yeah,
okay.
You will get to know it if you do the previous question papers. You just studying or just doing the questions, simply doing the questions, you won't get a clarity. You will be thinking like, yeah, I got to know this. Okay, this will be coming. But doing the previous year question papers, you will get to know how tough maths is, so that you can adjust your time accordingly. If maths is not your genre, please don't do it and go for the rest.
Okay, we have a question from Ashwin Sudarshan. Are questions repeated frequently?
Not very repeated, but you will get to know, like, the thing is that you can't think of like asking the similar questions, but you will get to know the topics. Similar topics, they'll ask from the similar topics. So what you can do is that you go through the previous question papers and you will get some topics in which you haven't studied. So go search for that topic and study more in depth. And if that question comes, similar question comes, or a similar topic question comes, you can attempt that. That is we can't predict the questions. It might be similar, it might not be.
So the major advantage is, one, regarding the time management. Two is the type of questions that would be asked. So you can be ready for that.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. There are some questions regarding how is SPA Delhi, how is your semester and things like that. I think we'll come to those points towards the end. Okay. Now, regarding time management. So let's talk about both the times that you have. One is the time that you have in the last 7 days. Later on, I'll ask about the exam hall and also the last 7 days. Did you have any sort of a strategy for time, any timetable, or was it like this much amount I should spend for one particular subject? Anything of that sort?
Yeah, most of the time were utilized for arithmetic aptitude and GK and drawing. So what I do is that morning and afternoon I'll do question papers. Like I'll take 2 question papers and do it. Morning and afternoon I'll do, and evening I'll go. Like we'll get to know the questions that we have got wrong. For this arithmetic and mathematics, I'll leave rest of the questions. GK and all, we get the topics, new topics and new questions. So I'll go in search of that and we get to know more, and I'll write and take all those questions. So that's how I did.
Yeah, you're also somebody who is quite passionate or interested about GK, right? So
yeah.
Would you like to shed some light on that? What were your learnings when you look back at it? Should you focus too much on GK or current affairs and all?
Yeah, I loved the subject GK, and I really loved going in deep into the subject. And what I did was like the similar thing. I studied from THiNC Institute, so the faculties taught us so many topics, and that I used that. And after that, doing these previous year question papers and going in search of other questions, the current affairs and all, we'll get to know about more. And I used to write and take. I have a book, and I used to write and take all the new points that I get. And before the examination, I just go through it.
Okay. There's another question from Ashwin again. So, are you a repeater?
No, I was not a repeater. After 12th, I attempted JEE and I got into SP.
Okay. How about the topic drawing? So, any specific strategy, or every day did you do some questions with time limit separately, other than the previous questions?
For the last 1 week, there is no like, I didn't focus more on like I didn't focus more on drawing. I did with the question papers itself. From that itself, I was able to manage my time and do drawing well. So drawing didn't have like I gave importance, but for the last 1 week, that wasn't much important for me. It had equal importance with arithmetics and GK. So that is what for drawing. But I think drawing questions are like similar, almost similar questions. Like we had the portrait drawing one question, and I think a perspective drawing, a scenery perspective drawing question, if I'm not wrong. Those were similar. I think you get to know about it when you do the previous questions.
Okay. Any particular topics that you remember in maths that you would like to highlight? If at all you remember. If you don't remember, it's fair enough, no issues.
Yeah, differentiation, integration, all those were asked. And I think probability was one of the major topics.
Did you focus on any particular chapters?
I gave importance to like I was CBSE, I was studying CBSE. So we had this term 1 and term 2 examinations. So term 2 primarily focused on the second textbook of NCERT. So it had this integration and probability and all. So I focused more on that because I almost forgot the rest of the topic. So I focused on integration and probability. And I think metrics and determinants also had importance in JEE, if I'm not wrong.
Okay, so those are asking about max. I think we have covered extensively her strategy about max. Now, when you have, let's say, you also have NATA that's coming up. So did you like have any particular focus? Like this is my main exam. This is the exam that I should target. Did you have anything like that? Did you have any dream college or anything of that sort?
Dream college was SEPT. And I really wanted to get into SEPT, but SPA is also good. And unfortunately, I got rank in JEE and I got into SPA. I really wanted to do architecture from one of the college, SPA or either SEPT. SEPT was my dream, but I'm happy with SPA.
Okay. Now, one of the major things is when you have, this is actually the second session. This is the last session of JEE. So a lot of students are sort of confused, concerned about what their career would end up being. There is a lot of anxiety and stress that they are undergoing. So I think at this age, when we are talking about mental health, it's equally important to focus upon those areas also. So anything in particular that you had done or you would like to convey in the last 1 week, what's to be taken care of in the last 1 week?
I just want to say this. If you're really passionate about architecture, please take it. If you're not, please don't. Like, if you're really passionate and you love it, please go for it. If you're not, please don't go for it. Because at the end of the day, it's our profession and it's what defining us for the rest of the life. So if you're not comfortable or if you're not happy with it, it won't do good for you in future. So what you can do is that if you're really passionate and you really love architecture, please do it and you will do good in that.
Any particular strategies for the last 7 days about stress management or how did you deal with anxiety or anything of that sort, if at all you had anxiety?
Yeah, I had anxiety, obviously, but if you have, like, what you can do is that don't stress too much. It's just an examination, nothing goes wrong. So what you can do is that, like, just don't study anything new, like especially for mathematics. Don't study anything new and you won't remember it. Like, you need much practice for attending JEE question papers. So if you are, I know most of the students will be having difficulty in mathematics. So and they will be stressed upon mathematics. So don't be stressed on mathematics. You have certain good points, like you have some positive points. Stress on that, and you should have an aim that you should achieve good marks, like 100 or 100 itself for all rest of the subjects. So that's how you can deal with the stress. And I sincerely recommend don't go for anything new for the last 1 week. Just revise what you have done. Just do the previous question paper. Even if you are doing previous question paper, if something goes wrong, you will be stressed. Like you will be very sad and you will be stressed that you're not getting marks. But that's fine. This is the previous question paper, and this is you are doing it for the last. You are doing it before the exam. This is not the exam. So you should have a positive thinking that you might do good. You will do good for the examination. This is just the practice period. So do it accordingly.
Okay. There are students who are asking what's her score. So in JEE paper 2, she had scored, I think, 99.65, correct?
Yes.
And would you like to share your NATA marks?
NATA marks was 138.
138. Okay. And please know this NATA marks actually varies hugely. Like each year, the topper would be somewhere different. It's not like JEE paper 2. So JEE is something that's on absolute scales, on absolute terms. So the topper gets the highest in terms of 100, and everybody will be equated correspondingly. The percentile will be done correspondingly. But NATA, it hugely varies. So do not think that if you get this much amount of mark, you'll definitely get into this. It basically depends upon the outcome also.
Also, the 12th marks are also important for NATA.
Oh yeah, that's a very important point. Yes.
Yeah, that's very important. I have to say this. Even if you have good marks for NATA, it's you want. Don't think that you will get into good college. The 12th mark is very important for NATA. But JEE, it's not. I'm not telling you you shouldn't score for 12th for JEE. The primary concern is your JEE marks, and if you have good score, you will get into good college.
I think it's okay. Most of them have completed the 12th standard. I think their exams got
okay.
over.
Oh, their exams are over. Okay, then.
They're on a chill mode on that note because there's nothing much to be done there. Okay. Just take some questions from the live chat box. Okay. Teresa Matthew has a question. Did you face any stress while preparing? And okay, I think we have already answered that. Suhani Jain, I think you got the response. What was her NATA score? I think that's already been answered. Okay, now there are questions, there are lots of questions that are coming about the infrastructure of the college and your campus life, SPA Delhi. So I think you could shed some light on that.
Yeah, SPA Delhi, it's very good. Like, it's nothing about the infrastructure. Everyone will say that infrastructure is not, it's a very old college. I have to say it's very old college and it has very old infrastructure. But nothing about that, because the faculties that you have, the learning that you'll take out from SPA is very different. It's very different from other college, and the exposure you'll get after studying from SPA is also very different. So it's an experience. SPA Delhi is an experience, and if you get it here, it's actually it's a very good thing for you, because for your architectural life it will be very good. And the faculties are well qualified, and most of them are graduates from SPA itself. So you will get to know more. And the life in SPA is fun. Last week, we had this study site visit to Shimla and Chandigarh. You will get to visit all these North Indian places. And it's fun. It's really fun. And now we are having our Utopia, like College Fest. It's happening right now. And everything is done by students. None of the faculty, none of the teachers, and no one is there. We students have to do everything. We have to conduct programs, everything students have to do. So your involvement will be there, and you get to know more things, and you get to know people. Like all over India, people would be there from different states, like from Northeast, from South India. In every state, people will be there, and you will get to know more people, and that will give a big base for you in architecture.
Okay. There is a question from Ashwin again. How long did you prepare exclusively for JEE, and did you prepare in between your 12th standard?
Yeah, I was THiNC. I studied in THiNC, like 2-year weekend combo batch. I studied for NID, UCED, and NIFT and JEE. And during my 11th standard, I was like a very good student in THiNC Institute. Like I started every classes. I used to do every assignments, everything I did very good. And what happened is that when 12th, it's very hectic. It was very hectic for me. Also the COVID batch, and we had 2 examinations, 2 board examinations. It was very little hectic. So the drawing base that I got during the 11th standard, the most of the drawing classes were taken during the 11th standard. So that gave me a very good base. I have to say this, Jinesh sir, he and Vibhu sir, and they both they gave me a big base to the drawing part. And that really helped me. Actually, in 12th standard, during the examination, I couldn't give much focus to drawing. What I did was, for arithmetic, aptitude, and GK, I gave focus, but drawing, this base actually covered up everything. And that's how I managed. And after 12th examination, I think the 12th examination ended maybe June 13, something like that. And I had my JEE examination on July, if I'm not wrong. And that 1 month period, I prepared for JEE.
So it was basically your first session one wherein you scored 99.65?
Yeah. In the first session only, I scored 99.65.
Okay, first. So I think there was a question on which attempt she scored it. She scored it in her first one. Okay, so I think we've covered a lot of questions, most of them. If there are anything that I've missed out on, please do post it here. Okay, there is a general question about NIT or SPAs. I think she's already highlighted about SPA Delhi going beyond the infrastructure. Actually, this is one of the points that a lot of parents would be trying to convey or will have to make understand that beyond infrastructure and all, it's about the peer group, it's about the faculty, and most importantly, it's also about the experience that you get when you go into a college like SPA Delhi, one of the premier institutes that's made exclusively for architecture education. Okay.
Yeah, that's also one of the important points, because when I had this, when I got my marks, I also had this confusion: NIT Calicut or SPA Delhi. So I talked to one of my seniors, and she was like, if you are like, I talked to one from NIT Calicut and one from SPA Vijayawada, and they both were like, if you want to change, like after architecture, if you want to get a career in engineering side, or you want to move to that side, you can go for NIT. But if you are really passionate about architecture and you have to move in design career, or like do masters in architecture, do go for SPA. Like SPA it's completely for architecture. Nothing else is there. Like no engineering field or nothing, just the architecture, and it's mastering courses. So you can go for architecture if you are really passionate in architecture and you don't really want to switch your career. SPA Delhi is good, and that must be your choice.
Okay, I guess Rinsha, Laila, those questions have been answered. Okay, Frog Talks, I think the question has already been answered. Are you regretting choosing SPAs? I don't, by the looks of it and the way in which she's talking, I don't think there is any regret that I can see on her face. Okay. Okay, now talking about, let's talk about the exam also, right? There is something that we need to do on the day of the exam. So can you just take us through that? Like, did you visit the exam center beforehand, or was it on the day that you reached? How did you manage the time, travel, commuting, things like that?
Yeah, the center that I got was actually near to my home. So I just have to go there before the examination. Nothing much worry about the transportation and all. Sir, I have to clarify one thing. Actually, SPA Delhi, most of the students are asking about it, but I have to say this. Like, architecture is very difficult. You have to understand that it's very difficult, and you have to like work 24/7 for it. You may have so many deadlines, and you may have so many works, and you have to do it within the given deadline, and then only you will score. So even if I study in any of the college in Kerala or in SPA Delhi, it doesn't matter, because architecture is architecture. Everywhere you have to do the same work. That I have to clarify, because I think one comment came that seeing my face, people will feel that I regret, but never. Like you'll feel you regret, but no. If you are really passionate about architecture, you will enjoy the process.
Okay, that's great. I think that sums up a lot of questions that some of the students were asking in the chat box. Okay. Krishnendu, I think regarding the SPA faculty, she had already told regarding the SPA faculty. Okay. Okay. Some others said when attempt second attempt, you get lower percentile than first. See, basically that also depends upon the question paper, the quality of the question paper, number of students who are writing in both these sessions. There are lots of factors that depends upon how exactly you decide on it. Okay.
Second session I scored, I think 98%. I think 98 point something. I think 98 only I scored.
Okay, there are questions on how exactly is Delhi, how's the water in Delhi and all. But before we move on to Delhi, let's try to focus on the exam. So how was it? How did you commute? How was your travel on the day of the exam?
Yeah, you will be so like you will have your own tensions and stress and all. But what you can do is that I told no, I had that GK book. I used to write all the points and keep. Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sir, am I okay? Yeah, okay, fine. Like I had a book and I used to write and keep all the important points, GK questions and mathematics formulas and everything. And I just did that. Before examination, I just went through all the questions, all the important points that I have already written, and just went for the examination. That's it.
Okay, let's talk about the exam. How was your strategy? Did you have any prefixed decision on which subject you're going to take first or anything of that sort?
Yeah, as I already told, mathematics was a nightmare for me. So I was like, I myself told that I'll be doing arithmetics first because most of the students arithmetic will be very easy for them. So you can score good marks. And the main thing you doing arithmetics first is that when you do arithmetics or the GK part or aptitude part, you'll have that most of the answers will be correct. It will be easy for you. So you will be getting that confidence or that positive energy to do the rest. So that's why I did arithmetics and aptitude first, so that I'll have that positive energy. And then I went for mathematics. But mathematics, I just give 20 to 25 minutes, not more than that, because I knew this won't end good. So mathematics, very less time. I went through all the questions, but I just attempted which I was like which I was sure more than 80%. And then the drawing part also you need time, so give time accordingly.
Okay, two more questions. One is what do you think you've done differently? Like, I mean, what do you think was something that stood out in your preparation? What made you stand out from the crowd? What is it that you feel that you've done great?
I feel like I have done this thing, the GK part and arithmetic. GK part is like I think I have studied more. Like I went into more depth, so that I got more knowledge, and I was about to like I it was easy for me. The GK was easy for me. For the first examination, it was easy for me. And arithmetic part also, I have done so many question papers.
Okay.
I have done so many question papers. So like I got to know like the similar questions that have been asked. And accordingly, I got time. Like I did so many questions together, and I got time. That's it.
Okay. Let's say, for example, you get to go back again and you get to change one aspect of your preparation that you have done. Okay, you have the last 1 week in your hand. It's 2022. So you get a chance once again to prepare for the last 1 week. Is there anything that you would have done differently?
I'll continue with my strategy because that helped me to achieve 99.65. So what I'll do is that I'll do more question papers and try attempting more question papers. That will help you a lot. That will help you a lot. For this arithmetic and all, you will get like if you're doing more questions, the less time you take. That is the thing. If you do more and more and more question paper, you will get that knack how to attempt the questions. So also there are like shortcuts for doing the arithmetic part. THiNC faculty will teach you that, and you'll get to know that, and that also will help. That's how you can do it.
Okay. So I think we've covered most of the questions that students have asked. Okay, they're asking about your hostel or PG facilities. Would you like to shed some light on that?
Yeah, actually, hostel in SPA is allotted according to your rank. I was a general category student, and my rank was 185. I didn't have this reservation. So unfortunately, I didn't get into a hostel. We only have less hostel facility. So I'm staying in not in a PG, in an apartment with my friends. So apartment life is also very fun. It's really fun.
Okay. So I guess that would be it. If there are any further questions, you can also post them below the live chat box. We would like to take this opportunity from everyone at. Okay, one more question. How many hours did you sleep for the last 1 week?
1 week. For the last 1 week, I told no, I was in Shimla, Chandigarh, and we were having a.
We're talking about the JEE preparation. Last 1 week.
JEE preparation. Okay, JEE preparation, like I had my normal sleep because my parents were very strict about my sleep. They were like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. After that, you have to sleep. But you will actually you'll get sleep during your JEE, but after getting into college, you won't sleep.
Okay. So on an average, like, was it 7 hours or 8 hours? What's it roughly?
Sleep, because what you have studied, you have to like refresh, and your brain need to process everything. You need sleep, at least a 6 hours sleep. You don't have to study for JEE without sleep and all. Just study what you can during the daytime and complete it off and have a good sleep, and then wake up and do the rest. That's it.
Okay, I think that's quite nicely summed up. I think she has brilliantly highlighted the importance of previous year questions, focusing on a timer, trying to solve the problems within the time limit, understanding your strengths and weaknesses, focusing on those things. Okay, so if there are any further questions, we've tried our best to take most of the questions. We hope most of the questions have been answered. We would like to thank from the bottom of our heart. Everyone at THiNC would like to thank you for joining us. We understand, we know very well how hectic your schedule is currently going on, but thanks a lot for sparing some time yesterday, today also. I think the first call itself, even the first message that we had sent you were like really quick to respond, saying that yes, I'm ready for it. So thanks a lot for coming in and sharing all those insights. I hope they have got a lot to learn from somebody like you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so if there are any further questions that anyone has, you can post it below this particular recorded video. Okay, we would try to answer in the best way possible. Okay, so thank you, Anjali. Thanks a lot. Thanks to all the participants who had come in. Thank you, Anjali, once again, and thank you, host.